exploring more about arrays. In this particular video, we're going to learn about array syntaxes when it comes to different rows and columns. Okay, we have different rows and columns, right? So when you use arrays, the syntax of that array will change. That is what I want to show you. Now, here is the example that we have. There are two examples. Here we have data represented in the form of rows, and here we have data represented in the form of columns. If you notice, the data is exactly the same. I have changed just the alignment because I want to show you how the array syntax will be seen when we are dealing with rows and when we are dealing with columns. Let's quickly do this. Let's say I want to sum up this information wherein I want to sum up these numbers. So simple is equal to sum, and I'm going to sum up these numbers, close the bracket and hit enter. I have got the sum of all these numbers quite successfully. Now if I want to change it into an array and show you all the syntax, what I need to do is I need to highlight this array. This is the array, right? C4 to C7 is the array. I need to highlight that and I need to hit F9 on the keyboard. As soon as you do that, you will find that the numbers within that array have now got displayed. 5, 6, 3, 2 were the numbers and they are now displayed. Also, you will notice that the curly brackets have come in. These curly brackets represent that it is an array. Okay. Also, there's one more thing that you need to see. Let's click enter and come back to it. And you will now notice that the link to that particular numbers have also gone away. The array is not now selected. Instead, all the array numbers are visible over here, right? Also, there's a semicolon between these numbers. This shows that, this signifies that there is a change of row. So basically it is differentiating this with the help of the semicolon. It is saying that 6 goes into the next row, 3 is in the next row, and then 2 is on the next row. So this semicolon is basically differentiating the different rows. So what are the things that you need to notice over here? One are the curly brackets, second are the numbers, third is that the link has gone away, fourth is the semicolon, right? So this is the array syntax when you are dealing with rows. Fine, this is okay. Let's now do similar thing for columns. Let's say we want to add up the columns is equal to sum, and we add up these numbers and hit enter. So we have got the sum, that's fine. Now again we are going to use the same approach. What we're going to do is highlight this and click F9. Okay, we can see the curly brackets, we can see the numbers. One thing that you will notice that now comma has come into picture. What we saw above was semicolon, but here we are using commas. So comma represents basically highlighting of data in an array. When you are using columns, it is done using commas, and when you do it for rows, it is through semicolons. Okay, this is particularly helpful in case if you're auditing a formula and you notice something like this, you should know what kind of an addition is being done, whether it has been done on the rows or it has been done on the columns. Fine, so this is okay. Now what we're going to see is addition or using both rows and columns. What will happen to the array then? Let's see this. This is fairly simple. It is going to be something which we have done before and using the arrays as well. What we're going to do is use the VLOOKUP function. So type in is equal to VLOOKUP. Next, it asks for the lookup value. The lookup value, let's say we want to look up for A. Okay. Next is the table array. We need to select the entire table. If you select this table, you will find that there are both rows as well as columns. Correct? So we have selected rows as well as columns. Next, it asks for the column index number. Since I want to find it in the, or want the column index number to be 2, I'm going to specify 2. And whether it wants to be an approximate or an exact match, we wanted an exact match, so we put in a 0 and we hit enter. Okay, so for A, the lookup value is 5. Perfect, the formula is in place. Now let's do and make it an make it or convert it into an array, we need to select this array, hit F9. As soon as you do that, you will notice that the curly brackets are there, the linkages have gone, and you will notice the numbers as well as the letters, both rows and columns, as well as the semicolons and colons. As I told you, the semicolon represents the rows, the comma represents the column. Okay, so this is all about array syntax. Let's now move ahead and learn another function in arrays.